All right. It's been a while, but welcome to the WWBC Battle Pod, the only podcast that uploads on a strict, regular upload schedule with no deviations due to scheduling from either host or children.
Or tournaments.
Anything.
You
know, we're always going to come out on whatever this day is of the month. We're, super. Even the military is jealous of how rigid we are with our upload schedule.
Absolutely. But in all seriousness, welcome back to the Battle Pod. Here's your host, Dion Lunsford here. Alongside me, as always, is Connor. Here with you to recap everything WWBC Commanders, as well as talk about any Commander news in general. I think we're going to try to focus on just talking more about nuances of Commanders and anything new that comes up within the app or anything like that. So I'm glad to have you here with us. What we got going on today, Connor?
Well, we've got the results from the previous event, the third event of Season 2, the Oops All Jochum event.
Yes.
So, in first place, we've got Jochum Beans. In second place, we've got Cebus Jochum. In third place, we've got JochumBot 3000. In fourth place, one Jochum less. In fifth place, Jochum Bear 88. In fifth place, Dust Jochum. In top 8, we have Yarbochum.
I was gonna say that.
And Politis Jochum. I didn't look this far down ahead and prepare.
Politis Jochum. That's good enough to round up the top 8 there. But yeah, we had an Oops All Jochum event. Something to try to switch things up, give to the Jochum players, considering Jochum is all but kind of excluded from any other real competitive formats, just because he's Jochum and he's really good.
For now.
Oh boy. So I thought, why not give it an event where the Jochum can literally not pull any punches, not that he ever does anyway, but be able to play in full force against other Jochums. Some people didn't like it as much, but a lot. Some people liked it a lot. I had a lot of fun as the more I played into it, and I think it might be a staple going forward, just to have that one Jochum event each season. So we played with Colony Wars and Frontiers, bases and battleships, event set, hero set, fleets and fortresses, second year promos, United Command, United Heroes, United Assault. I don't know what my problem is with that. Stellar Allies, Frontier events, Frontier promos, tech set, and of course Command decks.
Yeah.
So.
And now that might upset some of our audience members like Baby DJ, who really had some strong feelings about kind of what sets we used in the All Jochum tournament. But honestly, I thought it was a pretty good pick. You kind of got a little bit of everything, and it felt pretty well and balanced. At least that's my opinion as someone who didn't play in the event.
Yes, for sure. Well, sad to see Connor not play, but I respect his decision, as to others make the decision for similar reasons or just not wanting to play. I did say just round it out at the top 8, but however, if you guys recall in the last episode, I made a declaration. It didn't work, but it was really, really close. I think I said that I would make top 8 in the Jochum event in the previous pod. I didn't make top 8, but I did get 9th. So I just wanted to show people that I did pretty well. I didn't cash in on my promise, but
you let them down. I mean, that's the real takeaway here.
I let myself
You're not
down.
A man of your word.
You trashed me so hard. Like, literally, you were my motivation.
I have no recollection of this entire conversation, but it's there on the internet,
yes.
And everybody else probably remembers it.
Yes. So I remember this event pretty fondly. I believe I beat Sheridan, No, I think I beat Starmark. Then I beat Sheridan because Sheridan was seeded. Then I got Sebas in top 16 to play for winners top 8. He bodied me. And then I got bodied. No, then I beat Raka in 3 games. And then I lost to Yaraboa in 3 games. So all the games are really cool. Yeah, Jochum and the Jochum actually doesn't seem too bad. It's actually pretty fun. Almost as fun as I think the Vulcan Mirror is. Vulcan Mirror is one of my most fun games. Besides maybe the chance that those games can kind of take a little bit long. But yeah, so like we said, Bork did come away with the win, 6-0, getting it on the winner side, grand finals, hitting Sebas, I believe in the run back. I think they were the winners finals matchup, and Sebas defended his spot, got back in grand finals. A lot of top 8s, repeaters here. Like almost everybody has been here before.
Yeah, I mean, Markbot is maybe the only person.
I think Markbot had one last season. If not, maybe this is his first one of this season. And I do know that like he is making a run this season for sure already. I think he's got really high placements in all 3 events so far. Yeah. And Sebas trying to get back in that top 16, solidifying himself as well. So yeah, not really too many other crazy takeaways. It was fun to see Jochum players, former and new, kind of see how they would perform. There were some surprises as far as people who don't usually play Jochum that did well.
Like first place Bork and Beans, one of the biggest. I don't want to say anti-Jochum, but one of the biggest players in the league that basically refuses to play Jochum has taken the Jochum event. A little bit of irony there.
Yeah. I would put myself in that category a little bit, except for sometimes I'm just so far down in the rankings that you just see that pick when it's available, and you're like, do I go tier horror for a tournament? Do I tier horror this one tournament to try to get in the rankings? But I usually don't. In the in-apps, I'll pick Jochum here and there. But yeah, so yeah, not too much to recap on that. But congratulations to Bork. I believe the fantasy bracket winner was Zim 108 for this one.
Well, we can take a look. We probably shouldn't show people's emails. You know what? Too bad. We're showing your emails. Sorry. Got to figure out. Yes, it is Zim 108. Yes. Wow, kind of a landslide over everybody else. Wow, I mean, look, imagine coming in last place, huh? How pathetic. So anyways, landslide victory. Basically because he picked Bork. I see.
Yeah. So it was funny because during the tournament because we were still playing dodgeball and Bork was on my dodgeball team. I kept on looking at that. I didn't look at who it was by. I just kept seeing Yoshi Rise again, and I thought it was actually just Bork and Bean's own bracket. So I was telling him in our chat in dodgeball, like, "Oh man, dude, you're gonna win the tournament and the fantasy bracket tournament." And then as I went to like the losers finals or whatever, I finally saw it was actually Zim's bracket and not Bork's. But yeah, he did call Sebas and Bork, making that Final Four area, getting him a bunch of points there. And I was in the running for a little bit, but I definitely fell out of here. As you can see, these top 5 that aren't Dion Lunsford. So yeah, still very much fun to see these fantasy brackets. We're happy to see you guys continue to join us and make these predictions. I think it's a big part of WWBC. It's just fun to do, and we're trying to reward people for it. So Zim will be joining the Fantasy Bracket Invitational to try to get a few extra points toward next season.
Yeah, we love to see everybody showing up and making their calls.
Hey, let's see who was the most clutch performance today. So let's see this top 8 here. I love looking at like the losers bracket runs because you always had that one person in losers top 8 who was just like Dusto here. Like Dusto lost immediately.
And then just had to claw his way all the way back.
Yeah, so you're looking at like best of 1, at least losers round 2, best of 1. Yeah. So yeah, just 6 and 2 there. I think I want to start highlighting just like maybe a performance of the tournament, if you will, that isn't the winner. Sebas also not too bad. I mean, obviously he went all the way, then defended his losers bracket, which is pretty impressive onto itself. Gatekeeping everybody else. And then Mark Bot with a 6 and 2 as well. So congrats to all these players. And what do we want to look at next?
Well, we can get into the overall standings.
All right, I like it.
So, after the All Jochum event, here are the standings. We have the Swiss Penguin Army Knife in first, Bork jumping his way to second. And then you'll see the cavalcade of familiar faces. Juan Carlos, Ninji, Sheridan, Alderin, Corey Bear, Dusto. Notably with One Care Less and Corey Bear and Dusto and Sebas and Yarboa. Actually, there's a lot of people that have kind of big bumps in this top from this last tournament.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That have either, I mean, I think a lot of them were here, but now they've pushed their way like further up.
Exactly. Most notably, you look at Mark by getting up there in that 12th area, that 150 points coming from 60. So like he literally had 60 points
all the way.
You see where that's at, currently, and how that jump can really usurp you into some pretty good standing. Sheridan still doing his thing here. Not the performance that he wanted, but still comes away with some points. Like that's the main thing. Like in a circuit series like this, in the format that we have, like if you already are in a really nice position, more points can never be bad of any variety. So it always negates away from the people who are behind you. As always, impressed with Penguin Army here. I'm curious to see, granted we had a few returning points from the previous season, championships, stuff like that. I want to see if Penguin Army maybe tries to crack Alderin's record last season. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, Alderman had over 1,000 points. I mean, it's halfway through. So.
I mean, basically, I would say the top 3 all have a shot at it, because it's hard because you still have to pull out the performances, but on track.
On track for sure. Alderman with even 300. Dusto also popping up in there with that top 8 run. I believe was this one back to back? I think it's my back to back top 8s for him. As you can see by the 270 points, really going in, showing us that he can play Commander Star Realms too. And then Connor.
We're all tied out here there's like 10 of us down here with 145 to 160 points, fighting, clawing for that one top 16 spot.
Yeah. I'm excited to see after event 4 and after event 5, and once like really the separation starts to make itself. We're still finishing up event 4, but we will show how that one's going. And things are kind of starting to differentiate themselves. The players at the top are showing why they are who they are, and then making runs in the middle of the pack. Maybe the top 20, top 30 players also trying to get performances to push themselves up in the ranks. So.
And for those of you who maybe don't have a whole lot of points, 250, you can see how good, 250, 175, 110, that few points puts you up here real quick. And if you already have points on the board, it's pretty easy to climb back in. So it really is anybody's game. So get out there and beat them up. Show them who's boss.
Absolutely. And while we're at it, we'll show a little bit of a history of our WWBC here. I put together just kind of a banner of sorts just to highlight the players that have done well, our past champions, our past tournament champions. Something that I thought was pretty cool to highlight and show. I've got it pinned on the Facebook group page as well as the Discord page for WWBC Commanders, and try to update it after each event. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, just looking at season one is pretty nostalgic, knowing that we've got one season under our belt. Um, Nostalgic in some good senses, nostalgic in some bad senses.
Bad senses? What do you mean?
I'm talking about all that Jochum up
Whoa,
there,
whoa,
man.
whoa! There's not that many Jochum. Let's take a look. Look. Raw and Paw won the first one with no lock. That he could have been playing anybody, even though he was mostly playing Jochum.
He was mostly playing Jochum.
And then look in the second one and third one. That's Alderin. Alderin. I mean, he could have been playing anyone, even though he's most notorious for winning his Jochum in season one. So that could really be. Those really could be anyone. I choose to believe that they won his league.
Can't confirm that Alderman at least played some of those games, like Walsh and other people. But as he got further, he's already said that he played Jochum all the way through. I think, except for one of those finals, I think he hit Penguin Army, where he did try to do the whole mind game, and then he did go a game, I believe, and switched over to McCready one time. And then went back to Jochum after, but for the most part, Alderman and Wallenpauw. I might as well have put Jochum there, but just out of respect, I mean, not everybody. I think mostly everybody did something different, so no locks, nothing wrong with that. I got Politis, Cisco, Ninjunen, Alderin, Yarboa, all WWBC event winners. There's that 190 there in event 7, which is going to be important. Because it's a very similar format to our event 5. One thing I'm looking forward to seeing, if it ever happens, because I love watching the brackets as they develop, but I want to see somebody really dominate a whole tournament and just not drop a game. I think that would be insane to see, especially as we keep on adding more and more sets and more games, making it more difficult to take the whole thing undefeated. Like to go undefeated in sets, but I want to see Cisco Alvarez,
Pure
6-0,
undefeated.
12-0 in games, like utter domination. So continuing on with that history, we got the season 1 WWBC League champ Alderin. Like, I don't think we see his name on this board anymore. His name's on the board like 4 times already. Although we might see him some more. I don't know. Fantasy bracket champ Connor.
Hey, look, Vulcan. It's the first and maybe only time we're going to see that there.
I'm hoping not.
Hey.
I'm hoping not. I'm still trying to figure out ways to get Vulcan on that board. Vulcan's my guilty pleasure now. It's hard to get away from her. It's easy to get away from her, but it's hard for me to abandon her completely, I guess I should say. I always keep finding reasons to play her and just try, but maybe, postseason grinder winner Sheridan with the Newberg. That was a fun format. And then going into the season 2 so far, as you guys have followed our recaps, we've got the event 1 champ Penguin Army on the Newberg, event 2 winner Sheridan on the Newberg. That was a Blue Guys event, but even still, Newberg showing that he's really good as a blue commander. And then event 3, as we just covered, was the champion Pork and Beans on Jochum, because it was all Jochum. So that's what we've got going in here. We're going to keep on highlighting these as they go and updating. We'll have an event 4 winner hopefully by the end of the weekend. And we'll I think is that what we're going into next?
Yeah, let's see. Event 4 is... You've heard of Blue Guys. This has been Red Guys.
Yes, this has been Red Guys. Try to pick an interesting format, as I do for all of them. The idea of the summons, obviously, is to have tournaments with just a certain color commander. Put them through a few different formats and try to find out Who's the best, where they really rank. I mean, a lot of people have assumptions on where they go, but I mean, I think that there's a world where they potentially change depending on the format. So my plan as we go through these is to have the 4 different summits, try to pick 4 unique formats, and then actually throw them in each different format. So like we're gonna have multiple different color summits, but they'll be put into the other color summit formats, and then maybe see if that changes where people rank depending on how it goes. Had to work really hard on the yellow one. We will have a yellow one. I do have a format that is done, and I'll show you guys that when we get there. But for this one, we went with Colony Wars, bases and battleships, fleets and fortresses, second year promos, because second year promos is in all the summits. It should be in all the commander formats ever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if we've talked about it on here, but yeah, I think you and I, in all of our testing, like, we were just testing what sets feel good for different commanders, and just everybody loves year 2 promos. Like, for people with scout bots, there's a bunch of 2-cost cards. There's like, some of them are scrappable so that you don't even have to keep them. There's stuff like Warkite, which is like a good green card for green commanders, but also something that anybody can just pick up and then just use it once and get rid of it.
Right.
It's got the healing Alliance transport. I think it has the mech, the mercenary, draw a card, and then
the Merc Battleship.
Merc Battleship.
I think so.
Is that in that? Yeah, and then the Garrison, right?
It might have the Garrison.
I thought it was those 2, and then the 4, and then the 6. And the Merc Garrison is like, I'm helping you out in whatever you're trying to do. If you're red, here's some more scrap.
Yeah.
Blue, here's some more healing. Yellow, here's some more damage. Green, here's some row scrap for you. Helping everybody get what they want. And then, yeah, the Merc Battlecruiser is just a good card that shows up and helps you kind of smooth out whatever you're doing. So it really kind of feels like that's a great supplemental commander set that doesn't favor anybody either. So
yeah, I agree with that. Just such a good set in general, but then when you factor in commanders, you look at all those cards and you don't not see a banger. So we got United Command, United Assault.
Yes.
Frontier events, Frontier
honestly,
promos, tech cards, and of course the command decks.
So, Frontier events, I have to say, I'm one of those people that doesn't really like events, but boy, the more that I have played in this format and like honey buns and stuff like that, Frontier events are like very okay. I don't want to say that they're good. Like I don't always want them, but they are so much more tame than the base set events of like Comet and Quasar and Market Mobilization or whatever.
Oh, well,
that one's in Frontiers.
Mobilization's a Frontier event.
Yeah, that's probably like the worst one that there is.
Okay. Yeah, it was funny because I was telling you that before. We were having this conversation. Like again, you just admitted it yourself. Like you weren't really an events fan as a whole. And just from the get go, just being a bit more experienced than you at the time, knowing the history of both events, Frontier event seems a bit more tame. Whereas, just like you said, the first event set is very aggressive and very volatile and very, very punishing. I think.
Comet, man. Like, if you get Comet when you have a discard pile and your opponent doesn't, you're just suddenly in a huge lead,
right?
Especially in commanders.
Yeah, especially the worst ones are when renew deck. You've played all your cards, and that Comet comes up.
Oops!
You can't even scrap an option from your hand now. But I like both events, but I agreed. Would jam Frontier events more than regular events. But I'm glad you came around to that. Even if a lot of the Frontier events are really good for Lee, but it's fine.
Shots fired! Look.
Okay, so let's go ahead and check out how we're doing here. So this tournament is going on right now. I usually have the date when we started this one. I actually don't remember when we started this one, but I know it's taking a little bit longer than our other ones usually do, and that's okay, especially considering we are actually finally almost actually done. Um, but I believe we did go over. I think. Well, I guess we couldn't have done fantasy brackets for these because we didn't do the pod after for post
Right.
all Yokum. So, but yeah. So this is how it shaped out. Penguin Army maintaining that number 1 seed. You guys saw all the seedings earlier. Anything pop out to you just as we're looking at here as far as how the bracket went? Was there any upsets?
Well, probably the Lee Vulcan matchup that I was in was probably, at least I would consider it an upset. Like I think Vulcan has a hard time against Lee in this format, particularly. You really have to. The lineup at the beginning of the game kind of has to favor the game plan of like a pseudo base aggro sort of thing that works in your favor, and you just basically get and maintain this lead. It kind of is the same for Walsh. It's a nice slow format, but Walsh can maintain the damage and close it out a lot better, I think, than Vulcan can. So that's kind of something that surprised me.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember in real time. Yeah, when the game happened, I definitely had you winning, I believe. Although, I mean, I wanted Vulcan to do well. I tested it a lot. I tested it the most, probably out of anybody, to be honest. And wanted to jam it. It just did not jam well into Elite. And it really just felt underwhelming as a whole. It seemed like it was 3 of 3, number 3 of 3 for the viable commanders of this event, unfortunately. Yeah, as always, you can always take a chance and just hope you can get the run, get your game enough to get out of the best of 1 pools. But I decided to go to Walsh myself. So we got here Dusto doing his thing.
We got the classic, the unfortunate classic DG3 round 1 loss.
Oh my gosh,
I feel so bad.
Like, I know we're not trying to highlight individual players and make this a podcast about individual players, but DG3, can we talk about this?
A legend in the game.
A legend in the game. Not a real legend, but like a legend in the actual, like in the game. A legend in the in-app scene.
Right.
In general, commanders or not, but particularly commanders. Like, he dominates in best of what? Like,
right.
I'm sorry I'm listening, Daryl, but like, I just don't understand. I pick you so many times in my brackets because we know how good you are, and like, you thrive in best of 1 Swiss formats, but you can't make it out of the best of 1s here in these WWBCs.
It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Just repeated bad luck or what have you. Like we've played him enough that we know that he we know that that like when we look at the top 16, if we saw DG3, we'd be like, oh yeah, that's probably something we would expect. But just unfortunate. I'm hoping every time, like you said, you pick him in the brackets. I am not willing to bet my fantasy shot on it, on known karma. But I'm out here hoping, like, all right, it's your time, DG3. It's your time. Your time is now. One of these times, we're gonna be right. One of these times.
It was rough, man. Let's see. I saw another upset in there. Oh yeah, ECM. Our buddy Adam went out there with the Lee, did his thing, won his supposedly favorite matchup based off the seeding. Beat Confusion, but then also did take out number 9 Seabus Ripper.
Yeah. Yep. Definite. He definitely put in the work as someone who doesn't play a lot of Lee and who probably just absorbed a lot of knowledge from playing against Lee and I think he was in top 16 overall. I think he ended in top 16. I could be wrong.
It's possible. I mean, he obviously advanced to play Dusto in the top 16 qualifier. Didn't get that one. We'll see as we go.
32, so yeah.
Let's see over here. Oh, another upset, Ninjinen. I remember he had a streaming session like of the last week and a half or so ago, shortly after his exit in the tournament, and like he was definitely a little bit frustrated about his performance in this event. But I mean, he still is number 4. Sometimes that happens. But congrats to Leicester for getting it done, taking down Lux 16 and then beating Ninja as well before succumbing to JP Runs Funny, who I'm sure we'll talk about later on. Let's see here. Sheridan did his thing. Markbot did his thing. Bork, I mean, obviously he's got the seed. We expect excellence from him, but at the same time, we check out this run here. He took down the actual live Divine Admiral Lee, which is always fun to do. I always highlight that when it happens. Like I want to get more actual commanders in this. Like I'm going to try to recruit Sweet Justice to play on the next one. To be honest, I don't really know a lot of them personally. But there's Ozmethod or Osmothod, who's Jochum, but he doesn't really play in anything. I really was hoping he was going to play in Oops All Jochum. He commented on most of the threads, but yeah. So Bork did his thing here, beat Darklighter, who was a tough out, and he's got a really good lead from what I hear. I'm sure, as you can see by the bracket here, he advanced pretty far.
Yep.
Let's check out that losers run, losers bracket.
All right. So here we have me making contention for the losers run.
Yes, number 16 Connor here. This is what we want to see. Beating my little brother Dre Money. I was very sad about this. Again, we talked about this earlier. Like, I mean, I don't care if my brother does well or not. I would like him to do well. But I literally assumed Connor would take his game, and then my brother Marcus or DeAndre would have taken his opponent. And then when that didn't happen, I was literally throwing Marcus games for the other matchup.
For the Vulcan matchup.
For the other matchup. And then Connor loses. And I was like, hey, so these games aren't going to help you. But good luck.
He knows. I've been occasionally... We play some practice games. He sends me some, I send him some, and I get a little good old fashioned fun smack talking in from time to time.
So Connor takes down Dre Money, takes down Mequak.
Now the upsets begin.
Nate takes down Belush. Like, man, 11 versus 16 in top 32. I mean, they're supposed to be there, right? Out of seeding, but still. And top 24, Sheridan even takes down Sheridan here. And then and makes it out of the best of one section finally. Like, man, you even started out in that area that you love to talk about. What do we call it? What do you call it?
I don't know. You started off in the shadow realm or whatever, where you lose that first round and you don't even go to the same losers bracket as everybody else. You got to do the extra work just to get up here, and then you start and do the average one. Yeah, no. Once I got here, I was just like, all right, I've accomplished something. I've made it, and then I was able to pull off another one before losing in top 12 to, and hey, if I'm gonna lose to anything, I'm fine losing to Lee. So
yes. So obviously, we see your run ended here, where mine's ended in All Jochum in 9th. So you'll see that he'll be tied for 9th here, but losing that top 8 qualification match. I believe you said this set was pretty. Like, how did this set go against Raka?
I mean the Lee matchup. I mean, Raka's a good Lee player, and kind of once you get to a certain level, there's just, at least in my opinion, and I guess in certain formats, just a lot of luck and. It can really be a coin toss in some of the matchups. Like, I think he got market mobilization and assimilator in one game, and that was just it. Very easily could have just gone my way at one point. Sometimes with the Lees, you're all fighting over certain. Sometimes there's multiple paths that each of you can go down your own little cool path, and then you get a cool fight. And sometimes you're just all right, well, one of us got light cruiser, and that's not what happened in one of the games. But that's the emotion that you can have is this happened, and it doesn't Sometimes they're really fun, and sometimes they're just yeah. But yeah, no, Raka's a great lead player, and that's the other thing. That only happens when you have two people who know what they're doing, really going at each other.
For sure. What would you say? So was harder, or did you have the most fun playing Lee Mirrors or the Walsh games? Out of those games that you played, did you like certain matches better? Would you rather play Walsh's than Lee? in this format.
Well, in this format, I would love to play Vulcan all day. Well, you wouldn't be able to know by the by the tournament performance, but that was probably the one Vulcan game I like. One of maybe two that I remember playing and losing. It's usually pretty brutal. I don't know. I think I would rather take Walsh than Lee, just because I'm always a fan of two people doing different things and not fighting over the same resources. I like some, there's always going to be some like interactivity, like can't let you get this piece. But when Walsh is doing like base aggro things and you're doing crazily scrappable things, that's always to me super fun. So.
Okay. Well, before we highlight from full bracket the top 8, let's check out the rest of this bottom bracket here. In particular, one Yarboa.
Yarboa making a run here.
Yes.
Just the
not as
boa
much success that we would have liked to see from Vulcan. However, we did have one shining light, and that was Yarboa, the number 10 seed. Going down in the losers, I think she played Lux in Mirror after losing in winners, and then got beat Bathurst Walsh, beat ECM on Lee, and then qualified for top 16, where best of 3 starts. Got a best of 3 set against Penguin Army, which I'm told was a really, really, really close set. So was the one top 16 Vulcan in the tournament.
Nice.
So did make that. Okay. So with that, we'll go just highlight full bracket to top 8. Just filter it, yeah. And this is our top 8, as well as the rest of the tournament. So Rollenpa, JP Runs Funny, Bork and Beans, Alderin, Raka, Penguin Army, Gianos, and Markbot, that name we mentioned earlier. So like he's already making his run up into number 12 from the last ones, back-to-back top 8s. I believe I even highlighted this time, which I'm going to continue to do when I post top 8, posting what number top 8 that they actually have qualified for. So like for instance, Rollenpa, top 8 number 3, JP, top 8 number 3, but particularly third top 8 in 4 WWBC appearances. He doesn't play very much, but when he plays, he does well. Bork number 6, Alderin also number 6, top 8, Raka top 8 number 3, Penguin Army top 8 number 7, and I believe with his 4th different commander. I believe I said like it was his 5th, but apparently he corrected me. I think I was trying to give him too much credit, I guess. Gianos, first timer here, which makes sense, but it was also a little bit surprising because Gianos everybody here is really good, so it's not very surprising to see anybody get in top 8. I just thought Gianos had already been here before. And Mark Bow with number 3. The notable trails here, probably, Gianos had 3 wins against Walsh's and 2 against Lee's on his run to make it. Penguin Army on Lee beat 2 Vulcans and 2 Lees. I think the hardest road might have been, it's hard to really say, but JP did play 4 Walsh mirrors. I think this format was pretty interesting overall, and like to navigate a Walsh mirror in general, pretty difficult.
Yep.
So that's where we're at right now. We were just finished with JP Runs Funny versus Bork and Beans in top 4. You'll see here that the bracket got inverted when we went to top 8. Just ignore that. Winners or losers finals, Rollenpa, Bork and Beans, that's going on right now. They will be playing best of 5. So first of 3 wins. The winner of that gets grand finals against Alderin, and then we will be finished with Red Commanders Summit event number 4 of season 2. Any other takeaways from this top 8? The top 8 was 4 Walshes and 4 Lees. That was fun.
Yeah.
We still have a shot. I assume you would like a Lee to win this.
You bet.
We still have a shot. Bork was able to take down JP in that seemed to have been a nail biter. He bodied me. I'm not the greatest Walsh player, but I know Bork bodied me in a lot of testing games, so I know he can do it. But Rollenbaugh's also pretty good himself. So good luck to both players. And with that, I think that's all that we have to cover.
Which means it's time. It's time. We will do this fairly quickly. Here we go, Dion. Guess that flavor text. This high-tech city is like a beehive. It looks chaotic, but vital work is being done efficiently at a frenetic place. Frenetic
pace or
frenetic pace.
Okay.
Not a frantic.
You said frenetic place, so you messed
Sorry,
up both words.
Sorry, I got tripped over. I thought it was frantic pace, but it is frenetic pace.
Well, okay.
There you go.
So, this has base set vibes. Mostly because a lot of these cards, I recall like just some text and like story modes from like there's like a smuggling run book. There's like a Sarum's book out there that talks about like some of the unique things about some of the civilizations. But the machine cult in particular comes to mind because they are always talking about efficiency and how high tech that they are. So I'm thinking red. It sounds basey. And with that comes inherent possibility that you're trying to confuse me again.
I would never.
Because it sounds like you're trying to pit me between like something like machine base and brain world.
We'll see if
I'm pretty sure it's not brain world. So out of trying to get a good pace, and just like you said here, I'm gonna go for the 3 points there. I'm gonna go for the 3 points. I'm gonna go machine base.
So you think that's the only base set red bases is machine base and brain world?
The only ones that would that I think look like a city or whatever, and like talk about whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna machine base.
So Mech World wasn't even on the radar, huh? No. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, you're right. It's machine based. 3 points for Dion.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't have too big of a stumper this time. Nicely done.
Look at that. I can do it sometimes.
Picking out the adjectives, dang. I thought city would put you on like colony or blue. Nice. We'll be right back. Okay, we are joined by 3 in-studio guests today to help us play Guess That Flavor Text. So we're going to give them the same question that Dion just had. Well, no, we'll give to test their mettle, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
And then we'll give them a couple more.
Well, who do we have here with us?
So, first up, we have. I'm just gonna scooch this out of the way so we can make sure we get the audio. All right, we have the Divine Admiral Lee himself, Philip. Say hello.
Hello.
We have his brother, who is not on a card and is nameless. Go ahead and say hello.
Hello.
They have Star Realm IGNs.
No, go ahead and say what's your Star Realm's name.
It should be Invasion.
Okay, maybe you run into him. And we have ECM, who we just talked about making a tournament run in the Red Commanders. Say hello, so they know your voice.
Hello.
All right, guys. So the way this works is we have a Star Realms card here, and we're going to tell you the flavor text, and you have to guess what it
I've
is.
never read a single one of these.
That's
life.
the preference.
Me either, and yet we're still doing it.
Oh my god.
So here we go. First question.
Well, also,
Are we buzzing in?
no.
So
well, this is
that's
different.
gonna make a difference. I probably couldn't even tell you the name of the card.
So listen. Yeah, you probably you're F.
we will
probably.
we will
But-
accept.
So
I've
we're
just started to get the pictures down.
Yes, you guys get two lifelines. So like once we give you the thing, you can think about it, and then the first hint is set. So we're actually just giving you the set, and then the second hint is the cost of the card. So it's not very crazy.
Okay.
So maybe that narrows it down for some of you.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So
I was gonna say if Adam can describe the whole text of the card, like if he can tell us what everything that card does, I would say we give it to him.
let's do it this way. Since Philip plays the most Star Realms, I think.
Out of the three of us here,
Out of the three of you here, we'll have Philip go off no hints. We'll have Brian go off of one hint, and we'll give Adam both hints.
Oh, great.
So that way it's more entertaining for you guys. So okay, here we go. This high-tech city is like a beehive. It looks chaotic, but vital work is being done efficiently at a frenetic pace.
This is the one he gave me. I got it right in the first try, and I got my 4 points for the first time.
Yes. I will read this once more. This high-tech city is like a beehive. It looks chaotic, but vital work is being done efficiently at a frenetic pace. So,
Do you not have a guess?
any thoughts on what it could be?
Mech World.
All right, you're going to lock in with Mech World.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
So the first hint is the set. So for Brian, for your guess, we're going to give you the first hint, which is that it is from base set.
Okay. I mean, I am not going to guess what Philip guessed. So it's base set.
Okay. You're staring daggers at me.
Oh shit! I think I messed up.
It's not-
I'm done.
It's not just the fucking hive, is it? Because I don't know. I'm sorry. Is this a PG
No,
podcast?
no, it's fine.
Great. It's not just the fucking hive, is it? Because that would be fucking ignorant. If the sorry, not to diss on Star Realms writers. You guys are great writers. If you just named it the hive and then wrote beehive in the description. But the thing is that like I would think that it would be like Brain World.
No
Because
helping
there
tips.
aren't any good blue bases in base set that would have text like this. Portal Call, quite frankly, doesn't make any sense. Because I was originally thinking that it'd be Factory World.
They just shaking her head.
It's okay. It's all right, Deja. I'm gonna go with Brain World and let Adam
Brain
probably
World.
pick the hive.
Brain World. Okay. Adam, you get the final clue, which is that it costs 7. So it is a
Costs
7
7.
cost
Oh.
base set card.
Okay.
So,
Base set base.
I think I know what the picture looks like.
Uh-huh.
So,
What
and,
if you
and-
can,
and
if you
again,
can tell
if
us
you
what
can-
it does,
What does
Yeah.
it do?
then or tell us about it, that counts.
for you. because
Is it a red
like
card?
the crew knows.
It's a red card, right?
They're not going to tell you.
They're not
Right?
gonna tell.
Yes,
Yeah.
because one of the
It's
things.
like machine base or something like that.
Are you
That's
locking
what
in
I'm
with that?
guessing.
Machine base is a
Is that
card.
the name of the card?
Machine base is the name of a card.
Is that a 7
It is-
cost?
it is
It is a
7 cost red card, right?
Yes, it's a 7
This
cost red
scrap
base.
thing. Yeah,
All right,
that one.
guys. The answer is
The Hive.
machine.
Yes. Like I was debating between Mech World and Machine Base.
So
I decided to go with Mech World.
I didn't even think of Mech World, but like, he tries to give like little things that curve you. So like I thought he was trying to pit me between Machine Base and Brain World, but I was pretty sure it was Machine Base.
I as soon as it got to Brian, I did think it might be the Hive. But
But also like I mean we've read a few texts in the past.
We're
but,
gonna give the
there's
Star
some
Realms
of the-
people
there-
some
there's
credit.
some
It'll be
there's
alright.
some key
It'll be
words
alright.
in there though. Like the mech the mech cult or whatever it is.
Mhm.
Like they're like real big on like
Efficiency.
yeah exactly.
No, it's fine.
Like,
I mean, like, I was like, it's a blue or a red card, which is
Yeah.
also why I was like, it's not the Hive, right? We are going to give the Star Realms people some credit here on not saying, this card's called the Hive. What should its text be? It's like a beehive. That would be, yeah, this would be subpar. So, good job. Good job, wise
So-
wizards.
So yeah, I have another one, and so this time, if Dion, you want to get in on this, and then you get to lock in because you're playing the game, right? So you can lock in whenever you want.
Oh okay.
You can, so you get to pick when you're going to lock in with whoever,
Sure.
and we'll give them the same choices. All right, Deja, you just keep doing you. All right. So the text is: the Federation may forgive, but they never forget. So, Philip, you are first up. The Federation. So, the Federation is obviously the
Trade Federation.
Yes.
is the one.
making sure that
Are they all playing the same game this time, or is it still no hints, 1 hint, 2 hints?
same game.
So,
And then
so
you-
he can ask for it.
yes, and you get to you jump in whenever you want or whatever you think.
Oh, are you just asking this one to Philip? Or
Philip starts because he has to. There's no hints right now, so Philip kind of has to be the first one to lock in, and Dion if he's sure he has it.
Oh.
I don't have a single clue. I think I can only name 2 blue cards still.
is
Is
Connor
what-
one of them?
Right, I was about to say.
Right? Like,
It's not one of
all right, 4. I got 4. I'm thinking about it.
Okay, you got time. You got time, and
5. I'm remembering now.
This sounds like a ship. That's about all I
Sounds
got.
like Adam doesn't buy blue cards when he plays games.
There's like 3 that are worth buying half the time.
Oh man, so oh gosh, I have a spitball one, but like I wouldn't mind. I would if it was me. Like I already won.
If you're
I got my
playing
full
solo.
3 points
Mhm.
for our thing, but like I would just to be safe, I would ask for the set hit, and after that, I think I would know. But I feel like it's and I think it's.
I have absolutely no idea.
I
I would wait
I
for
might
the
be-
set hit unless I'm forced to.
all right,
lock in.
all right, Phil. We'll let you wait for the set hint because this is a tricky one.
Yeah.
I feel like it's Federation Cruiser.
All right. The set is Frontiers.
Yeah, I'm locking in with that.
Fed Cruiser?
Is that the 7 cost ship from?
No, it's the Frontiers wannabe trade escort.
Did she ever Binky?
Yeah, it's right next to her.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, it's the
I can't believe these are unedited.
it's the Frontiers. Frontiers wannabe trade escort. So
Okay.
it's like I don't think it. I think it's like 5 and 4, and then also allies for like 2 and 2 or something like that.
Okay.
All right.
But I might be buzzing on the name though. But I think it's.
Do you have a different guess, or do you want to lock in with what Dion has?
I'm trying to remember what other blue cards are in Frontiers.
I mean, I believe
Federation.
the battleship,
Yeah, Fred
right?
is in there.
Fred is in there, right? So
Fred is in there. Frontier runners are in there.
I'm gonna lock in with Fred. I believe that it is the Fred.
Okay.
I feel like Red doesn't have flavor text because it has 2.
Because it
I
has
know,
so
because it has
much
too many
stuff.
abilities.
Yeah.
It's okay. It has flavor text in my heart.
I will wait for the next hint.
Okay.
Oh wow.
And the
Pitching out.
the final hint for both Adam and Philip is that it costs 3.
Cost 3.
F.
I'm wrong.
I'm trying to remember the name of the card.
Did you figure out what it is?
Well, there's only so many 3-cost blue cards in
Oh.
in Frontiers, but yes, I believe that I know what it is.
I see. You could help them if you want.
No.
Okay.
What is the name of the card?
Adam, any thoughts?
I'm trying to remember the name of the 3 costs.
You can just describe what the cards do, and that's good enough.
I actually
Like
don't.
if you said two econ 3 damage, pair for 4 health, I would give you Patrol Cutter. It's not Patrol Cutter. That's not the right set. But
I'm actually blanking 3 loss.
There is a patrol something in Frontiers, though.
there
It's
is a
like
Patrol
a
something.
boat or something like that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 3-cost card, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go with
I
Patrol
feel-
Boat.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You want to lock in
I-
Patrol
I-
Boat, Philip?
If Adam
Yeah.
says patrol boat's a 3 cost, I'm going with that. Patrol boat.
Yeah.
Are you gonna lock in?
Sure.
Okay. All right. The answer is
The Hive.
you're all gonna hate me.
It's a Empire card or something like that, isn't it?
It sure is. It's Captured Outpost.
Got me.
What does that card even do?
It's the 3 cost yellow base.
Mhm.
Draw a card,
Yeah.
discard a
It's
card.
like a baby recycling station.
Oh, yeah.
That was once
Oh,
the Federation.
but is Black Shield?
Yes.
Yes.
It was once a Federation battleship, I assume, based on that flavor text.
You mean it used to be a
Federation.
Federation.
It used to be a Federation.
because it's captured outpost.
Yes.
Alright.
Last one.
Ruh-roh.
This
Yeah,
time I
well,
get to...
this is mostly because I haven't given him his, so
Yes.
I guess you guys can just join in on this one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see.
These are unedited because I am lazy. in case you
feel
were
like-
wondering.
When else in our lives have we suffered a subpar product because Connor is lazy?
Hey,
Shut up. You don't listen.
I like the way
You
you
don't
come up
listen.
with. It's
If we
okay.
get comments saying like, "You guys really need to edit this," I'll take those to heart.
Right.
You guys don't even. You don't even. What's the name of this podcast?
The captured outpost.
Hey, that's actually a
Never
good
heard
name.
Battle podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, Philip knows. All right, Philip.
All right.
You want me to
Yes.
I
edit it?
listened to at least one episode.
Yes, and
Alright.
also it's a pun.
All right.
But you guys should probably be the captured outpost. Not even podcast. Just we are the captured. We are the captured outpost.
I actually like the more I says it, the more I like it. Maybe we'll change our name like the dodgeball cast changed their thing every time. They were Thunderballs one season, and then did anybody catch what their new name was for this current season? It was called Sweaty Balls, like SWEDDY. It was good. Oh, I love it. That's shout out to Hypaspis, Crakey Day, and Silent Owl. So yeah, it was great. I loved it. All right, so I got my card. All right. They have as much courage as you have coin.
I'm going to lock in my answer because I know what it is, but I'm not going to say it so that they can say it, so that they can have
You should type it on your phone. Yeah,
I
to
sure
lock in
will.
your answer.
I will text Dion the answer.
As much courage as you have coin. Oh.
I'm not like 100% sure on the
You're
name.
not looking,
so I
are you?
describe
'Cause you
it.
No,
can't
I'm
look.
gonna text you.
Oh, okay.
Since this
Well,
is
you
how
can
we're
lock
lock-
it. You can lock in at 3 points.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh,
But
no.
I'm letting them them
Alright.
sweat a little bit.
Oh no.
Trust me, I had no confidence in this
Yeah,
whatsoever.
me neither, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, like this one, I had a good feeling that he would probably know it. Yeah. So.
Hey, we both get our 3 points this time.
Maybe. Assuming I'm right.
Hey,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We have I mean, Dion remembers the total somehow.
You're gonna work for it, Deja.
Philip, do you have any guesses?
Sure don't.
Would you like the set?
Sure.
Wait.
Oh, they have as much courage as you have coin.
There's like 2 cards that come up. There's the blue one, the bounty hunter card, and then there's the colorless one that can be whatever you want. It's like does like 5 damage. I don't know what it's called. Mercenary something.
That is the I don't know the name, but that is an adequate description for points.
If
If that's
what you
the
choose
correct
to log in.
answer. If
Lock
that is
in.
your lock in.
Sure.
Okay, Adam is locked in.
And again,
With the ladder
and once again, we only give
We'll do the
Adam this
mercenary one.
special treatment because he literally does not know what any of the cards do, and we literally made him play competitive Star Realms out the gate.
Yeah.
He just plays the game.
He just plays the game. He doesn't care.
It's like mercenary frigate or cruiser or something like that.
So I think I was actually gonna go with Merc Cruiser. That's the three colorless for 5 damage.
You, Divine Admiral, do not get any such.
I'm pretty sure the name of the card is Merc Cruiser.
Is that your final
Is that
answer?
your final answer?
That's the card I want to lock in with. That's the name
That
of
is
the
the
real
name
card.
that Philip wants to lock in with, is Merc Cruiser.
Alright. I just want to point out for Adam not knowing what a lot of these cards do. He knows what a lot of these cards do.
Yeah.
That's 4 for 4, guys. You guys all got it. And Adam 3 for 3 out here.
I missed the one.
Oh, you missed the one?
Yeah,
I
okay.
missed that
all right.
yellow one.
Sorry.
Yeah,
We all missed the
Fell on
yellow
the floor.
one.
I don't know.
Oh, it's okay.
No one got
I'll rinse it
my
off.
bullshit captured outpost question.
Yeah, whatever.
Yes.
It's fine. I got the one that mattered for me. I don't care what
Yeah,
capture
yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if this were episode 1 of a podcast, I would say that you guys should name yourselves after a base, because I think that's probably like a cool thing. Like it is I'm not saying that the Battle Podcast is a bad
How
name.
dare you say that Battle Pod is a bad name? I can't believe you would just come on a show and just criticize its name like that. How rude.
I had a thing with the set. I mean, we've only been doing this for like 3 episodes now, so.
Oh shit! So you could totally rebrand.
No.
we've only been doing- No. We've been doing this
I know you guys have been
for
doing this
years,
No.
months.
There.
I do remember hearing when the first episode was put up of the podcast. Which Connor, were you even in it? Wasn't it just you, Dion?
No.
Were you guys always? Were you guys
There was one where he was sick,
Yeah.
okay.
where it was just my voice, but
Okay,
like
okay.
he was there. But yeah, no. So yeah, good job, everyone.
This concludes our special guest star episode and
All the guest stars.
yes, all of the full smorgasbord of guest stars. And we'll see you next time.
Yes,
Talk
we're out
about-
of budget for guest stars for the season, so
All right. Well, I mean, not that it matters, but while we're here, so this is our final 3 for the current Red Guys tournament that's happening. Anybody want to make any bets on who's gonna win?
Morgan Beans.
So we've got Rollin' Paw and Borgen Beans playing in the losers finals here. It's a best of 5 set, and the winner's gonna play Aldrin for a best of 5 set.
what are the champs?
Wash Lee.
Oh, I see, Philip. Hopes and dreams, huh?
You fucking betcha. I'm pretty sure I lost to Borg. I only lost to Lee players. I did my job. I beat the one Walsh I played to up my stats, and only lost to Lee, which doesn't get counted in the stats.
Did you see me? Bam, 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 bam. No, Walsh, go home.
Walsh, go home.
Unfortunately, I was there because I lost to Vulcan.
Rip that mirror match.
But we did it.
Yeah, you got to. But yeah, I mean the safe pick's Aldrin, mostly because he's already there. He's won 3. If he wins, that'll be his 4th WWBC win.
Yes. Aldrin's also. I also like of these players. I know Aldrin and Rollin' Paw. But I would probably give it to Aldrin. I would say. I mean, he has winner's advantage, obviously, but I mean, Aldrin's very good.
Yeah, that is true. I think has there only been no? There have been two. There have been two champions that have gone in from winner's side. Aldrin being one of them. So Aldrin has done that before.
Was it?
Aldrin and Yarboa.
Yeah.
Aldrin and Yarboa was savage. She went in the grand finals and said, "I'm gonna 3-0 you here, and I'm gonna 3-0 you there." GG's.
Oh, wow, we're not playing any extra games.
No, that was the extra. Everyone no more than the 3-0 yet.
Yeah.
She made it out of
One of the
losers.
closest people to go completely undefeated, right? Like Aldrin had one run where he dropped like a couple games, and then your bow was. So yeah. All right. Well, see you guys next time.
I'm gonna tell you, Pinky.